Your work always tells a story. Let's have a close look.
Sanjana, hey.
Hi.
Oh yeah, we could hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
don't make it
great.
sound like that.
Chat. If there's any audio issues, please feel free to let me know because she is remote in her location, and I think I got everything settled, but I just need your help. Anyways, yes, I'm with Sanjana. She is a grade 10 student. She told me the school, but I forgot. Uh, just tell the people a little bit about who you are, and yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me here, by the way. My name is Sanjana Karthik. I'm a grade 10 student from Semiamu Secondary. Um, I am a mental health advocate and I enjoy hosting programs in my community, such as my organization Your Words Matter to Us, creating a mental health app with my friend. I also enjoy writing poetry. And all forms of expression. And I also enjoy participating in badminton and choir as well. So that's
She's
a
a
bit of an
singer.
intro.
We'll get her to sing us something.
We have a Renaissance child.
Okay, well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Those are some remarkable talents and things you're interested in. I do have a list of questions, but I'm going to start light. So why did you want to, your focus is mental health. Is that where you want to go? Why is that? Why did you choose that? I'm curious.
So for me, I feel like mental health is a really important thing for people to prioritize, and a lot of the times it's actually neglected. Um, I actually realized quite a while ago that a lot of things actually happen in your mind, and the way that, depending on your outlook and the way that you perceive things, I feel like you're able to take in different experiences and kind of mold them into how you want to see it. So if you have like a positive outlook, even if the circumstances might be difficult, you're still able to approach it in a positive manner and kind of get through that. And I feel like that's something that I'm trying to apply, and I encourage more and more people to do this as well.
Still figuring out the world. How when you came and said I want to be in mental health, did anybody object? Did anybody try to stop you or say anything? I'm just curious. That's all.
Luckily, no. My parents are happy that I'm, I guess, spreading whatever knowledge that I have, I guess, about mental health and my experiences, and kind of, I guess, hopefully removing this a bit of the stigma that's kind of revolving around mental health and hopefully making it easier for people to talk about it. In terms of my career, I do want to incorporate some elements of mental health, which is why I do actually want to pursue something, hopefully maybe in journalism, so I can kind of advocate about mental health and other issues as well. And I've been met with like a lot of support, even for like organizations that I'm part of where we've hosted campaigns. I've received support from like youth-led organizations as well in these endeavors. And that's really great to know because it shows that people are more willing to talk about mental health and how to prioritize and take care of it.
Damn. Is there a specific aspect of mental health you want to be involved in? Or is there just a general umbrella that you want to be a part of?
In regards to mental health, I would say kind of, I don't know if there's a specific category for this, but for what I kind of talk about is about one, being able to prioritize your mental health and taking some steps and generating your own happiness. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like it's very easy for us to kind of rely on circumstances, or we're victims of circumstances at times. We are kind of searching for happiness in other people or even materialistic objects as well. And as great as it is to surround yourself with amazing people, you need to be able to kind of create your own happiness and self sustain on your own energy. So that way you don't have to depend on the circumstances around you or the people around you, you can kind of be your own individual and kind of, I guess, work with the energy that you have. And yeah.
So you're not high on like what's your take on like Instagram and Facebook then?
So for me, I mean, I think that they are amazing tools of communication, and spreading awareness about important topics. But if it's not used in an appropriate manner, it can be really bad for your mental health or just for kind of who you want to be as a person. You might get influenced by maybe like poor influences out there. Um, I think that in terms of social media, a lot of people, and for a while myself included, I would see like people like making achievements in certain areas, or I would see people being really successful in certain things, and I felt like I needed to adhere to those kind of labels and of success, and I would try and imitate what other people were doing so that I could receive the same results. For instance, like if someone like won a debate award, even though I'm not really into debate, I would be like, oh man, I really wish I went to debate so I could get that award. And I feel like it's really important for people to not have that mindset and to kind of be authentic to who they are and their passions and not try to follow someone else's footsteps
I
all the
agree,
time.
because a lot of people have the tendency to compare themselves immediately to the person next to them, never really seeking what's inside of themselves, this inner strength or inner confidence or courage. And I think that is a very important lesson. And I agree completely. We need to have people reminded that they have everything, all the tool sets available to them inside of themselves. You know what I mean? So that's great. I love it. Keep going.
Thank you so
Remember,
much.
she's in grade 10. Dustin, you and I were not in this thought process at grade 10.
No, I was a terrible person.
That's a bit much.
It's okay.
So how many of you are there? Have you rallied the troops? Are there more of you or?
Well, I mean, I am surrounded by a lot of, I guess, great people that I get to work with. So I definitely think that, that there are more of me, but I think I wouldn't say more of me because I feel like they're all special in so many different ways that I can't be as well. Like they have so many various things to contribute as well. So I feel like everyone's the best version of themselves or like the new them, if that makes sense. But yeah.
There's a
Um,
question, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say there's
Yeah.
a question here. You want to read it out?
Yeah, I'll read it out. Very inspiring to have a clear focus at a young age. By the way, this is Alicia asking. Was there a turning point in your life that propelled you to get into mental health advocacy?
Yeah, actually, I think in grade 6, actually I think I just moved here, and I don't know, I was so used to kind of trying to, because I grew up with like a single dad, and I would never try and cause like any problems or any worries for him, and we had just like we've been moving to places for so long, and I thought that if I did my part, everything would be great. And I would work so hard on my academics and I would overdo it and I would try and get the best grades possible, but I would be neglecting my mental health. And then I started going to therapy for that. And it was one of the best things that I've ever done. And something that I'm still continuing because I'm still continuing to grow as a person. And I'm lucky enough to receive that support. Um, and I wanted more and more people to be aware of, I guess, my story and how they can maybe apply maybe some um, lessons that I've learned the hard way. And hopefully they can kind of realize that sooner. Um, just being able to like reach out and get support as well, and also to not get so persuaded by your external circumstances and worrying about what other people think about you, and just investing time and energy towards yourself as much as you would for relationships and education, all these other factors.
I get that.
We
It's
got another
important.
question.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Sammy
didn't see
this
that.
time. What do you think youth should do regarding mental health?
Um, so when you mean regarding mental health, like how you can take care of your mental health, or
Well, there's no other subtext added to the question, so I'm going to assume Sammy is trying to say that what should kids do these days, and
Mhm.
especially in this trying time of 2020, to maybe improve the awareness of child psychology. Things that are very important for developing minds out there in this day and age.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you for clarifying that. I think that people need to understand that by, I guess, consulting or confiding in someone is a really important thing to do, and that you do have that confidentiality, like they will not expose any of your secrets. And I think people need to realize that you are not any less of a person, or like you're not a weaker person, is what I mean, because you're receiving support. I think it actually takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable in front of other people. And the fact that you are willing to get help and to improve yourself, which is something that everyone's trying to do, and the fact that you're willing to get additional support for that is, I think, is amazing because I think everyone's gone through something and everyone's trying to just get better and to work towards being a better person, an individual, and also a friend and family member. And if you're willing to take those steps, I think it only adds to your strength.
Deborah's giving you a lot of praise right now. She's saying, definitely a brilliant young lady on a great path, wise for her years.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Speaking of health, mental health, what kind of hobbies do you do? You can't always be talking about mental health. You talk about it's very important to focus on your own mental health. So, what kind of stuff do you do that de-stresses when you're done?
Yeah. So basically, for me to take care of my mental health, I do things such as writing down my goal. I mean, sorry, do that too, but I want to explain that
It's
I
fine.
write down I write down what I'm grateful for, and that's because I need to kind of, I guess, stay like I need to appreciate what I do have, so that way I don't have to constantly worry about, oh, what next, like what am I going to achieve next, or good what's the next best thing that's going to happen to me. Like you need to kind of appreciate the people around you, the things that you have, and it's really easy to, I guess, lose sight of that. But I feel like gratitude kind of turns what we have into enough, and without gratitude we're always going to be searching for the next thing to make us happy. And a lot of the times, like, those things only last for a few seconds. Like maybe, I don't know, going out to a party. That's great, but that happiness that you receive from that might only last 10 minutes after. I don't know, but it won't fulfill you as much. So that's something I would try to work on.
It's definitely interesting, situational type stuff. Um, but do you play sports? Do you do? I'm just trying to give people an understanding that you don't always have to be so
Oh.
involved. I mean, you seem very insightful, like you know yourself and what you need to do. But at the same time, like you said, and especially at this time in COVID, a lot of people don't want to go outside because there's a lot of misinformation out there and they think they're going to get sick and pass away. But you're saying to just, really do what makes you happy. Am I hearing that right, basically?
Yes, that's very true. There's something that I actually learned called having like a respectful disregard for things. It's kind of not trying to follow other people's paths and focusing on what you would like to do with your life, and accomplishments and success will come with that. And in regards to your question about, like, I guess other activities that I do, I believe that was your question.
Yes.
Um, as mentioned, I participate in a choir, and luckily we're still doing that every Monday through Zoom, which is awesome. It's a great way, I guess, to like channel all that frustration into singing, break a few glasses, but it's really fun. I think people should try it. It's great. I also do play a sport. I play badminton for my team. Unfortunately, our badminton season was canceled though, but I still practice badminton at home. Just trying to get things ready for next year, hopefully, if I make the team again. Yeah.
That's amazing. Did this was this already a organization that was around, or is this something that you came up with it?
It's something that I came up
Oh
with,
wow.
but yeah, it's I actually have two, but the first one is Your Words Matter to Us. We I guess started last year, and it was kind of inspired by some other writing and open mic programs that I was lucky enough to attend, and I tried to put all of them together into this one big organization.
That's amazing. When actually we did have a question from, so where was the turning point? When did you feel that you needed to come up with a business, like you're like enough's enough. I got to have my own place. I need to give people a voice. So I'm curious as
Mhm.
to where is the churning? What happened?
Um, I feel like a lot of people do it mostly because they want to I guess stand out to universities and stuff, but I strongly encourage people to not do it solely for that reason. The reason that why I guess decided to pursue this is because I was attending some great writing programs in my community and some open mic events, and I thought, why not put all of this into one organization where people can, I guess, gain the support that they need through editing support and writing support, and also have a platform for people to share their work while also having the opportunity to get published, which is something that a lot of writers, including myself, like strive to do. Like we try so hard to get our work published, and I wanted to be able to offer that to people such as myself.
Which actually on that point, we want to make it very clear that we have talked to you and you are going to be writing for Close Looks next magazine. I'm correct. Am I not? Yes.
I sure hope so. I,
Yes.
I think I talked to.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure. She had it. I had it on my notes here. I just wanted to make sure.
I'd like to read it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think some good insight.
Thank
Um
you.
do you stay up to date? Like you're from the States, but very young. Very young. Um
Hmm.
do you think that the way they're handling things right now is the correct way or not? Like what's your opinion? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Um,
This
no, it's all good. Thanks for asking this question. I think that right now, I understand that the way that I guess the intention is great with the protests. I feel like I think it's really spreading a message. I feel like the method in which it's which people are doing it matters as much as the message itself. And I feel like sometimes um, in the frustration of things, which is totally understandable, things might kind of manifest into ways that might result into violence and all these other things. But I think it's also important for people to acknowledge that yes, there's violence, but then you need to acknowledge the main root of this problem, which is the discrimination and pain that is being caused to this person's family and so many other people's families. And I think that the main issue needs to be addressed as much as the method in which the protests are happening, if that makes sense.
so like I'm just trying to is there courses in high school now that helped you choose the path that you want to be on right now, or did you kind of have to pave the way for yourself? Because as far as I'm concerned, and back in our time, we didn't have a how to start your own business course or foundation or organization or even how to get into mental health. We didn't have stuff like that back in high school. So I'm curious, how do how did you come to this path that you're on?
Um, so for me, in terms of courses that are offered at school, I usually just try to take the courses that are most um interest to me and try to um pursue the things that are most interest to me and kind of see where that takes me and into my planning as university is slowly coming. Um, but in regards to like maybe like the extracurricular activities that I do, a lot of things are out of my own interest and also I kind of I feel like I try to create opportunities out of everything. So, for instance, like what's a good example? Like there was this art a person wanted to write an article about my organization, Your Words Matter to Us,
Mm.
and I was really grateful for that opportunity. But then I was also like, hey, maybe I can get my work published through your magazine. And then I kind of tried and consulted this person and followed up with them, and that was a possibility after like a few phone calls. And then just kind of like following up and saying, hey, maybe could I even write an article for your magazine, and then so that was a possibility. So I feel like it's just about like kind of expanding your horizons and kind of taking the initiatives and the steps um, to kind of do more than what's given to you, and is to keep kind of seeking the life that you want and to kind of create those opportunities for yourself.
That's fantastic. Where can people find you? I'm curious. Like if they want to get in
Um,
a touch with you, can they see your work or your articles or things that you're writing, or is it just the Instagram?
so my articles and all, I don't have them published on my social media. Oh, do I? No, I don't. I don't have it on my social media, but I'd be more than happy to share it with people. I have an Instagram account, like my own personal
Yeah, no,
Instagram
that's fine.
account, and for my organizations, I have Instagram accounts. Um, and I have gotten my work published in some places, so I can maybe, I guess, mention where they are. I don't know how easy it is to access right now. But if anyone
It's
ever
okay.
contacted me, I'd be happy to share.
Okay. Okay. We'll find your Facebook. um, that's fantastic. It's remarkable, and I hope that people are watching at home because this again, I can't stress this enough. At grade 10, you're already. How many colleges are looking for you? That's you. You must be on the way on the like the top 5 list. Um, is there? What are you hoping to accomplish? What's the future for Your Words Matter? Is it going to become a bigger worldwide organization, or is it going to be more focused in a certain niche of the mental health industry? Go ahead.
um, so for Your Words Matter to Us, it's we are really just hoping to provide. So far, we're able to provide people in our community, which is South Surrey, BC. Um, but we are lucky actually that we're now able to connect with more people through Zoom meetings now, and that's something that we actually might consider doing so that we can reach more people out there who are looking for ways to I guess have a platform for their voice to be heard, for their passions to be heard, to receive the recognition that they deserve for it, and also to improve their work as well, which is something that I think is really important because everyone is constantly growing, and I think that we provide that support system. And my plans is just to continue to do this over Zoom, continue to build our Instagram and our social media platforms so that way we can hopefully reach more people, and spreading awareness about it through like platforms such as this is always wonderful. So thank you so much for this.
No, we appreciate you. I'm gonna actually bring you into the feed with Dustin. So,
Oh
how
my!
you-
What am I
she's in the
seeing above me?
corner.
It is an angel.
Yeah, it's fun times here
Oh, thank
at
you.
Sweet Culture. Well,
I got startled.
we have any last questions? Anybody? I'm putting it to the floor. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, if anybody in chat has any remaining questions, please put them forward. I already see many comments giving praise to this young woman. So let's find out if anybody has anything left to say prior to the conclusion of this wonderful program.
You have left this speechless. You're a remarkable person, and I'm super happy that you're here. And I hope that we get to see more of you. I know you're going to write for our magazine. Maybe we'll see you on TV at some point. Maybe we could get you to do an interview, or maybe be the interviewee. In the future.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would love that. Sign me up.
So what's on your plate? What are you doing right now? Like, what do you got upcoming? Any sort of
Sorry,
projects?
I got to interrupt. Sammy does have a question. How can I support your organization?
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. If I can, if you're aware of our Instagram, or if I can share that with you, just giving us a follow, a shout out, maybe. If you're interested in writing, or if you like to perform, whether that's like singing, dancing, comedy, like please come by and kind of share your perspectives and what makes you special, if that's something you're interested in, or get your work published in our magazine as well. That would be awesome.
That was great. So Instagram, the biggest thing. Give her a follow. I know
Yes.
people have already started following you in our chat. They said followed. So you got followers.
Yay.
Thank you, Sanjana. I appreciate your time. Thank you for taking your time to talk to us. Yeah. It's time for the outro.
Yeah, basically, thank you very much, Sanjana, for joining us. And we're about pushing forward the voices that don't get heard. And we definitely support our youth having to be heard and having their articles written and read on the Close Look magazine in the future. So we do look forward to seeing more of your exploits. I don't know.